Up everyone, welcome to the Rugby League History channel. I hope you're all well. Tonight I'm going to be reviewing the Parramatta match against Penrith, round 18 of the 2020 NRL season. Now, with all the Parramatta games, I review them whether we win, lose or draw. So I'm going to get into this review now. And we had a win over New Zealand last week. It wasn't the most convincing win, but we got the job done. And Penrith also had a win last week, and they were going for 13 in a row in this match. And the match was played at Penrith Stadium, so Penrith's home ground. Now, right from the get-go, we were on the back foot straight away, and that was pretty much the tone for the whole game. We were on the back foot. In the first half, we defended our goal line for pretty much most of the half, and Jerome Luai crossed over for a try. When it looked like a try, but Blake Ferguson somehow managed to get his leg underneath the ball and prevented Jerome Luai from scoring, which I thought was a fantastic effort. And then Penrith bombed a couple of tries, or they got close to scoring, couldn't quite get over. Our defence held firm. And then right before half time, now I've said this before in a couple of other videos, there's just something about Brad Arthur coach teams, especially with Parramatta, and conceding tries or conceding the points before half time. We did it last week, we've done it in a couple of other games, and once again the score was 2-0 to us. We got a penalty goal, you can see, with about 10 minutes to go in the first half. So with all that pressure and all that momentum that Penrith had on us, we held them out, and then we went down that end of the field and got a penalty. Josh Mansour scored in the corner to make it 6-2 at half time. Now, I'm not saying that things would have changed too much, but I think going into half time with a 2-0 lead instead of being behind 6-2, I reckon that probably would have lifted the players, because the players would have gone in at half time and gone, they've thrown everything at us and we've held them out, and it's 2-0 to us. And I bet you the Penrith players, if it would have remained 2-0, would have gone in at half time and gone, we threw everything at this lot and we just can't get through. And maybe that could have changed something in the second half, who knows. Going into the second half, it was more of the same. It was just defend. When we got the ball, we didn't out with it. We just did 4 or 5 hit-ups in a row, and then Mitchell Moses just did a kick down Dylan Edwards' throat, or one of the other wingers' throats. And then Penrith got another try, and with the scores at 12 points to 2, I think there was about 10 minutes to go, maybe 10 to 15 minutes to go. And one thing that pretty much summed up our attack for the night was we needed to keep the game going. We needed to try to build some momentum. And Mitchell Moses gets the ball. Instead of kicking the ball in the field of play, he aims for the touchline, and that just took about 2 minutes off the clock. So when you're trying to get back in the game, why are you trying to find touch for? You should be trying to find an open space. I'm not too sure if he planned on doing that, but the end result was bad for us because it wasted another 1 or 2 minutes. And then we had another rare set in their end of the field, and when Penrith were bringing the ball back, there was a chance to maybe build some pressure to get a mistake. And what ended up happening was Nathan Cleary kicks a 40-20, and when that happened I went, it's just clearly not our night, because everything was sort of going Penrith's way and we just defend. The final score ended up 20 points to 2. Penrith got another try and a penalty goal towards the end of the game. Now, some of the stats coming out of the game were quite huge. So, in total, Penrith had a possession percentage of 65% to our 35%. And in the first half, it was worse. I think I was reading on the stats that they had a possession of about 70%. And we rarely touched the ball in the first half, and when we did, we were kind of just really boring and predictable with it. And another stat to come out of the game was we made about 120 to 130 extra tackles than Penrith. And also, I think in total they had about 20 more sets than us. And they also had, I think, about 20 or 25 sets within our 20 metre zone. So to keep Penrith at 20 points to 2, especially with the roll that they're on, going for 13 in a row, which they did, and to keep the score 20 to 2 with all the ball they had and all the stuff going their way, I think even though we lost the game, I think it kind of showed that our defence is still pretty tough to break down. If you forget the South Sydney game, I think throughout the year our defence has been very good, and I think tonight it wouldn't have mattered who Penrith played. I think Penrith would have won, because when you have stats like that and you have that much possession and that much ball, and you have the control of the game like Penrith did, I think that even teams like Eastern Suburbs or Melbourne would struggle to get through that Penrith side. I think we really missed Dylan Brown tonight. We really missed Reid Marnie tonight. I thought that once again Clint Gutherson tried really hard. Nathan Brown tried really hard. He ran the most metres out of all the Parramatta players. As we all know, Nathan Brown's only got one gear, and that's a million miles an hour. I think some of the other players tried quite hard, but when you don't have the ball and you don't have the stuff going your way, it's really tough. And I did predict Penrith to win this game. I think it was probably a bit closer than what I thought. I thought Penrith would probably maybe do a bit of a number on us, but our defence was good tonight. It's just the attack, it needs a lot of work, and some of the so-called experts and some people that have played the game, some of the Fox League commentators and some of the Channel 9 commentators have said that our attack, it looks like we lack a lot of confidence, and it looks like we've gone away from what we've been doing. You can see the first 1 or 2 months of the season, and we're playing like a different side, and we need to recapture that attacking form and that type of attack that we had in the first 2 or 3 months. But I think if we can defend like that going forward, especially on our goal line, I think we can win a lot of games. Maybe against Brisbane, West Tigers, and going into the finals, maybe we can win games just based off our defence. Now, another thing that I want to talk about is before the game, in the week leading up to the game, there was lots of talk about it's a mouth-watering clash between Nathan Cleary and Mitchell Moses. And for me, I always knew it was always going to end one way, because when I look at Nathan Cleary and I look at Mitchell Moses, Nathan Cleary is 10 times the player Mitchell Moses will ever be. You compare every single stat of what Mitchell Moses and Nathan Cleary do, and Nathan Cleary's better. He scored more tries in his career, kicked more goals, kicked more field goals. He's probably got more try assists. He's played for New South Wales. He's played more finals games. He pretty much beats him in everything, and tonight, once again, Nathan Cleary kind of showed that he's heads and shoulders above Mitchell Moses. Once again, Mitchell Moses kind of went quiet in a big game, because a lot of people were expecting something tonight from Mitchell Moses, and it just didn't happen. And I think Nathan Cleary showed Mitchell Moses how it's done on the field tonight. But going forward, I think we've got 2 easier games you can see going into the finals. We play against Brisbane and West Tigers, as I just mentioned. I'm expecting them to beat both those sides. And as far as contenders go, I've said it for a few weeks now, we're not contenders like. I wouldn't say that we're going to make up the numbers in the finals, but we are definitely not contenders. I think from what I saw tonight, it's still Penrith, Eastern Suburbs and Melbourne that are going to be contenders this year. And I think Parramatta, if they fix a few things, could go deep into the finals, but I just don't see them winning it. I think they lack a few things, and overall, it'll be great to play finals, but I just don't really see us winning the Premiership this year. So anyway, that's my review of the Parramatta v Penrith match, round 18, 2020. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click that like button. If you enjoy the content that I'm making, click that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you get an email when I do a new video. Anyways, everyone, I'm getting out of here. I'll catch you all later. Tatty bye.